So by the end of this tutorial, we're gonna be turning this mockup into this design. Hello there, Ali here from Sports Templates, and today I'm bringing you guys a new sport and a new template. Today we're releasing our first Formula One racing uniform, full with the whole driver uniform and helmet, and it comes in 3 different views. We have the 3/4 view facing forward, we have 3/4 view facing backwards, and we have the front view. In today's tutorial, we're going to be doing the Renault Formula One uniform. So by the end of this tutorial, we're going to be turning this mockup into this design. To make things easier, I've already created a Photoshop library, and I'm going to be able to share this library with you. You can just click on the link in the description below, and you'll be able to get all these graphics inside. So you can just follow along with me step by step. And we're going to be using this image to follow along, just so we can know where to put these logos. So to get started, we can just start with the shirt. So we can go here. As you can see, the Renault design has this half a circle cut around here. And to make things easier, I've already included this layout in template. So if you go here and you turn on this guides folder, you can see that it's already included. So we can start adding our colors to it. I've already included the colors here. So if you click on the first shape and we click on the color, it's just going to change to it. And then the waist lines, they're going to use this yellow, and then we can put this black on the background. Let's save and see how we did. Alright, looks good. Now maybe we need to pull the yellow lines a little bit up, so we can just go to here, select this shape. Since it's a vector shape, you can just go to the direct selection mode and just select these 2 top vertices and just shift and the up arrow and bring it up a little bit. Let's use a guide so we know where to bring the other one as well. Make sure that they all have the same height. Alright, let's save and see how we did. Alright, looks much better. Let's hide this shirt metal design for now so we can just see, and we hide this shirt metal line as well, so we can see how our logos are going to line up. I've already added these guides to help you see where to put the logos, so this is a perfect place to put the left chest logo here as well for the right chest. So we can just go to the shirt group and we take the Renault logo, size it down a little bit, maybe something around this, and let's put it here. Same thing for the Infinity logo, just size it down a little bit and make sure it's centered around here. Let's save. Let's take a look. Seems like the Renault logo is a little bit bigger, so we need to add the RCI Bank logo as well. So let's go back, make the Renault logo a little bit bigger. Alright, something around this. Let's make Infinity a little bit smaller. Let's take the bank logo as well, make it as wide as the Infinity logo, something around this size, and let's push it down a little bit. Alright, one more thing we need to do is to add this background line as well. It's gonna be yellow, so let's pick that as well, maybe push it up a little bit, yeah, and let's save and see. Alright, looks good. Now we need to add this Castrol Edge logo as well, so we can just go here, go to our library, bring that logo and put it here. to this side and see how it looks. Alright, looks good. Now we can also turn on the middle line of the shirt and pick the same black, then turn on its smart layer, double click, and then let's take the same logo and let's put it here. Alright, let's hide everything under it and see how it lines up. Alright, so we need to push it down a little bit, and then bring it to the left a little bit. So now we have this offset effect that shows that the logo is also printed on this middle shirt part that kind of connects the two sides of the shirt. We just need to add the line, the yellow line up top. So let's try to drag that as well. Let's try to drag it from here. Right, drag it up a little bit. Let's see around here. That's too high, so let's put like this. Right now we need to add the A-star logo to his shoulders, so we can just go to our design here and grab this A-star logo. You just need to make it color overlay and make it white, and let's bring it up so it goes on top of these shoulder patches, and let's make it a little bit smaller. Something like this. Let's look again just to see how it's okay. So the star's facing outwards, so you could just do something like this. Right, let's save and see. Look good. Maybe we need to push it up and a little bit to the left, so let's try something like this. Perfect. Now for the other side, it looks like it's just facing the other way, so we can just do this. Alright, and save. Alright, looks good. One more thing is we need to add the Microsoft logo here. It's not visible, but I've seen it in other pictures and I've already included the logo here, so we can just take Microsoft logo and just make it small like this. Let's see, something like this, and save. Alright, it still looks a little bit too big, so let's make it a little bit smaller, kind of like this. And let's do the same for the other side. And let's tilt it a little bit, save it. Alright, so we need to bring this logo a little bit down and maybe make it a little bit smaller as well. Perfect. One more thing I've included is the shoulder patches. So if you have a straight shoulder patch like this, you could just turn on this folder and you have the option to add your straight patch logo like this, and it's gonna line up perfectly with the uniform. But we don't need it for this particular design, so we're just gonna turn it off. And let's go to the right sleeve design. On the sleeve, we're gonna need the Infinity logo and the Pirelli logo. So let's put it up top like this, make it a little bit smaller, and let's make it black. Alright, the color of the sleeve is gonna be yellow, and then we're gonna add the Pirelli logo. Alright, let's bring him down a little bit. Let's see how we did. Alright, so we need to bring them up and to the left. So let's do something like this. Here's a little bit up and to the left. Perfect. Now we need to do the same thing for the other side. So just make it yellow, copy the logos, and basically we just need to do the same thing but on the other side. So something like this. Maybe we need to push them a little bit back to the left. So this is where I use guides, kind of like line things up. So if I'm putting it here, you can see this logo ends a little bit lower than this one. So we can just push him down a little bit and save. And now we have them both almost perfectly lined up. Alright, now we need to make the color black. Looking here, we probably got pretty much everything done apart from the Bell & Ross logo here towards the gloves. So we can just go and add it real quick. Open this up, add it at the bottom, make it small like this. A little bit more. I just want it to be a little bit hidden by the gloves. Perfect. And then we need to do the same thing for the other arm, for the other sleeve. So just shift and drag and it will drop exactly at the same place. Save it, and you can see it's also hiding in here. Now we need to move on to the belt. So we can go to belt 2 here, add the German flag around this area. Let's make the background black and let's write Nico here. So we have this driver Nico who drives for the Renault team. Let's make the writing in white. Alright, let's make it all caps. Let's go with the bold font and just make it a little bit bigger. Alright, save it. And we need to put the A star on the other side of the belt. So let's hide the grid, make it black, take the A star logo, put it here and make it white. And just let's make it a little bit smaller, probably something like this. Alright, let's save and see how we did. Looks good. Now we can move on to the gloves. We don't need to add any logos on the gloves, so we can turn off the smart layers and we can take the gloves and make them black like this. If you want to add some more style to it, you can take the interior of the gloves and make it yellow. The stitches as well, you can make it black. And then you got this gloves belt. I'm not sure what they're called. Let's make them yellow as well. Look in here, we have this yellow line following the same curve of the waistline here. So we can just go to here, go to left leg, hide the grid, and pick this black color for the pants. Then we can just draw our curve around here. So it's gonna look something like this. Let's close it off and pick yellow for it and see how it lines up. So we need to push it a little bit to the right. So let's try something like this. Save. Push it a little bit backwards. So go something like this. Let's save and see how we did. Looks perfect. Now one more thing we need to add is the number 27 at the bottom here. So I can just take number 27 from here and maybe like tweak it a little bit, do something like that. That should be it. Perfect. Now for the other leg, we can do the same thing. We have this, if I look here, we have this shape going from here, so but it doesn't have a curve, it just kinda ends with a sharp angle here, so we can just pick the black color here, and let's try doing something like this, end it like that, and make it yellow. Let's save it. Looks good. Moving on to the shoes, we can start picking the black color for it here, and we can add the A-star logo around here. So let's put it on top of the grid, remove the colors, smaller like this, and make it white. Let's save and see. Right, we need to bring it to the left a little bit, so let's bring it around here. Let's save. Alright, we need to make it a little bit smaller and push it down a little bit, so something like this, and now it looks great. Alright, now we need to add color to the bottom of the shoes. Let's do the black. Laces, let's do yellow, same for the holes, and shoe side, let's do black as well, and stitches, a white color for the stitches. Alright, so the same thing needs to be done for the other side. Let's bring the logo, put it somewhere around here, hide these layers. Alright, and to bring it together, we need to change the background color, so we can just pick this color I picked for you guys. So now what we have remaining is the helmet, where we can go and edit everything here. So looking at here, we have this yellow stripes, so we can start drawing the stripes around here. Maybe need to be a little bit thicker, so let's do this. Pick yellow, then Control J to duplicate, and drag around here. Then we need to add this swirly design, and it's already included in here, so we can just drag it and make it a little bit bigger around here. And then we can add a mask layer to it, then mask the extra pixels that we don't want around here, so we can just do a selection, select the mask, and fill with black, which will hide the extra layer pixels. We can do the same for the other side. Let's remove the mask off this one, and let's move it around here. Then do the same thing, just select the extra pixels and do mask. So this one did an inverted mask, so we could just Control I and it will invert the mask for us. Let's hide the backgrounds, and let's pick this dark color for the background. Let's see how we did. Alright, now we need to add the number 27 here, and we need to add these lightning bolts. So we got the lightning bolts already in the library, so just drag one here, Control J, Control T to select, and then invert horizontally, and then put it on the other side as well. Let's see how that looks. Alright, then we need to add the number 27 around here. Let's see how that looks. We need to push it a little bit to the right, so let's do something like that. Looking good. Now we need to add the Renault logo at the forehead here, so we can just go to forehead, add, and then just pick Renault, hide the grid, and pick black for the background. Save it, see how it looks. We need to push it a little bit to the left, so let's do something like this. See how it looks better. Now we need to make the extra parts of the helmet black, so we can go to the base here, make it black, and just hide the extra layer. External visor. So with the visor here, we can just go here and add a gradient overlay. For the gradient, we can start with the yellow color we've been using, and then maybe we can make the gradient go a little bit towards orange, so something like this. And we need to make it 0 degrees, so it kind of goes from left to right. If you want more intense transition, we can just push these around, and let's save it around here so we can have this nice gradient over the visor here. And then helmet interior, we can do black, helmet chin black as well. And for this part, we can, if you want it to look transparent, we can just drop down the fill or opacity down a little bit, so we have this cool effect. It shows that it's kind of transparent. Also, we got the air vents here. We can do the same thing with them, just drop them down a little bit. You can see they are, so we can go to opacity and just drop it down a little bit, and we'll get this cool effect here. Now the helmet shell and the back of the helmet, also pick the same color, and we can do the same thing for that as well. Kind of drop the opacity a little bit like that. That's pretty much it for this tutorial. One last thing you can do is to play around with the dynamic lighting layer. I've included this for you, and you can see that it kind of adds this extra color here. It makes it more realistic. So we can just add this one here, and then we can add a mask to it, and pick a soft brush, make it black, and just try painting away the places where we don't want this light to go. Maybe here make it a little bit lighter. You know, sometimes you get issues with the lights here, so you can just make it more realistic. Same like in here. And let's say you added this light and you want an extra light coming from this side. You can just go to the dynamic lighting layer, do a new smart objects via copy. Now we have a totally new one, and double click here, then go to the hue saturation tab and just move the slider like this. So now you can see how we control the light direction. So now we got the light direction how we want it. We go to the channel mixer and we control how harsh that light's gonna be. So we can just bring down, we just play with the red, green, and blue. So just let's bring down the green a little bit, and let's add some more blue. So something like this, and let's save it. And now we just added a new layer. We just added a new light to our scene. We can control how harsh it is from here, and we can paint away any places where we feel like the lighting is not realistic. For example, there's no way for the light to kind of come to under his armpit, so you can just paint it away and just keep it where we think the light is gonna look realistic. For example, also here we have this light that's kind of coming inside the shadow. Doesn't make any sense, so we can just paint it away. And this is how it looks with and without the extra layers of the dynamic lighting, which gives you a lot of creative license when you're doing a specific design and you want to put this uniform in a specific scene or an ad where you have light coming from one point or another, and you need to accommodate to that light in the design in a realistic way, this is the best tool you can use to make your design fit with the whole setup. This is included with all of our templates, this dynamic lighting feature. Hope you guys like this template. Looking forward to see what you can do with it. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and see you guys on the next one.